Elliot, I need you to pay for the food delivery coming. I've ordered a pizza. I know you haven't got a job, but it's only fair that you help out around the house either way. You'll just have to use whatever savings you've got.
And why should I pay for your own pizza? You're the one who ordered it, and I'm not even getting to eat any.
Ugh, fine. You can have one slice, okay? Now, the delivery guy is going to be expecting around $40 plus tip, so you'll need that much in cash. Can you even afford that? What with being a job Lotus freeloader and all?
Actually, yeah, I can afford it, but after the way you just spoke to me, don't expect me to pay for it. It's your food, so pay for it yourself.
What? It's the least you could do considering your brother and I let you live with us for free.
What?
Yeah, you think I don't know that Kendrick pays all of the bills? I mean, it's the only thing that makes sense considering he's the oldest brother and you don't have a job.
Okay, there's clearly a lot of things that need to be sorted out here. You're under a lot of misconceptions about what's actually going on.
No, I'm not. Look, there's no way that I'm going to believe any of the lies you tell me just to make yourself look good. I know that you'll just try to tell me that you're the one who pays the bills or whatever, but it's just not true. Just like when you say you have a job when you really don't. It's really pathetic and you really need to stop lying and start helping out around here. You can start by paying for this pizza, and after that, you can look for a job.
Okay, first of all, you're paying for your own pizza. And secondly, I already have a job. I've told you this a million times.
Sitting at home on your laptop isn't a job. You need a real job, like the one your brother has. He's out every day working just to earn enough money to afford this house. You need to start helping him out and paying your fair share.
And what do you pay? How do you help out around the house?
Well, I don't need to pay for anything because Kendrick said so. He said that because I'm his girlfriend that he would deal with our half of things. But that's just it. Our half. You need to pay half as well. We can't afford to house you for free, you know?
Okay, Liz, listen here, and listen closely. I have a job.
If you have a job, then what do you do?
I'm an animator. In case you don't know what that is, people come to me and ask me to draw and animate their ideas, okay?
Oh, please. Those little doodles that you do aren't real work. You can't make money from those things. You really need to stop daydreaming that this is actually a viable career and go and get a real job, one that pays well. And whilst you're at it, you can pay all of the rent and bills for the next couple of months, seeing as technically you should have been paying for half of them, and you haven't been. You need to cover what you owe us.
I don't owe you anything.
Yeah, you do. Just like you now owe me $50 as I just had to pay the pizza guy. So if I were you, I'd hurry up and get a job. You're racking up quite a bit of debt.
You really need to adjust your attitude. I honestly don't know what Kendrick sees in you.
Whatever. You really need to adjust your life. It's a mess.
Liz, what have you done? Why have I got random people calling me telling me they'd be happy to interview me for a job?
You're welcome?
What?
Yeah, I was in town the other day and I decided to hand out a couple of CVs for you to some places that had signs in their windows. I mean, if you're not going to look for a job yourself, then I'll have to do it for you. Again, you're welcome.
Where'd you even get my CV? They're on my laptop, which I take everywhere with me, and it's password protected.
Yeah, I know. I tried to get into your laptop, but I couldn't guess the password, so I just made a bunch of fake ones. I made it look like you had some good experience, so that's why you're getting calls.
You actually took my laptop and tried to get into it? That's messed up on so many levels. That's my personal, private property. You have absolutely no right to go into my room, let alone touch my stuff. I use my laptop for everything, including work. If you'd broken it or damaged it in any way, I could have lost everything. My clients would be mad and I'd end up with a ruined reputation.
Stop being so ridiculous. I bet that's not even your laptop, is it? I bet it's your brother's and he's just lent it to you because there's no way you could afford something as expensive as that. And if you could, why aren't you paying rent, huh? So actually, yeah, I have every right to go on that laptop because it isn't even yours.
I bought this laptop with my own money. You know what? From now on, stay out of my room and keep well away from me. I want absolutely nothing to do with you. Got it?
Fine by me. Just wait until your brother hears about this.
I'll be sure to tell him exactly what you did.
Ugh, I can't wait to get rid of you. Just leave this house already. It's not yours, so you need to go somewhere else. I don't care where you go. Like, Kendrick and I are thinking about starting a family, and I don't want my husband's lazy little brother hanging around and setting a bad example for my child. I don't want them to grow up thinking that it's okay to be a loser.
Well, that might be difficult considering they'd have you as a mother.
What? Why you... Whatever. Just move out, got it? Kendrick and I are sick and tired of you lazing around and not working or helping. You've got people interested in hiring you, so go get a job and a place of your own.
Liz, you really don't get it, do you?
Get what?
I have a job already. I'm not lying. I'm not making it up. And it's much more than you've got at the minute, which is nothing. I mean, you're the one with no job. My brother has to pay for everything between the two of you. Whatever you demand, he has to give you the money for. It's pathetic. Not to mention the fact that he's working himself ragged just to please you and get enough money to afford your ridiculous demands. Why don't you get a job yourself if you're so worried about the money?
Because I'm a woman. I shouldn't have to go and work. That's Kendrick's job. I should be able to stay at home and look after the house.
But you don't even do that. You never cook or clean or do anything to help with the household stuff. I do it all.
Yes, well, you should have to do something instead of just freeloading.
You mean like you?
I'm not a freeloader. You know what? Just you wait. I'll get you back for your horrible attitude towards me.
Hey, Ken, you got a minute to talk?
Hey bro, yeah, I can talk. What's up?
Well, it's about Liz.
Oh, yeah, she told me that you two had a bit of an argument this afternoon.
She did?
Yeah, she told me that you had a massive go at her about the house and stuff, calling her a freeloader and gold digger and stuff, and saying that she needs to get a job. Why would you do that? I mean, I know she's not the easiest person to get along with, but she's my wife. I'd hope that you two be able to get along for my sake.
Well, I might have said that she was a freeloader, but I definitely did not say that she was a gold digger.
But you did say she was only with me for my money.
Not in so many words. I'm sorry, bro. I just got so annoyed at her. She was claiming that I didn't have a real job and that I was taking advantage of you and staying at the house while not contributing in any way. But we both know that isn't true.
Oh well, I guess she was a bit out of line as well. Look, I'll talk to her and then we can put all this behind us, okay?
Alright, I'll trust you to talk to her then. I don't want to have to do anything drastic, but I also can't have her interfering with my work again.
No, don't do anything drastic. Just let me talk to her. I won't be able to say anything in person for a couple of days as I've been sent on a business trip, but when I get back, I'll make sure to have a proper talk with her and straighten everything out.
Okay, thanks, bro.
No problem. And I'm sorry she tried to get on your laptop and mess with your stuff. I'll make sure to let her know that isn't okay.
Thanks. That really annoyed me. If she had messed anything up, then I could have lost everything.
I know. Don't worry, it won't be happening again.
What have you done, Liz? Where's all my stuff?
Oh, so you noticed, huh? I told you that I'd be getting you back for ratting me out to your brother and for being horrible to me.
What did you do?
It's simple, really. I got rid of all your stuff. The bin men came and collected it all this morning whilst you were out.
Why the hell would you do that?
I decided that I've given you enough chances to move out on your own, and you just ignored them all. So I got rid of all your things. I think it sends quite a clear message to finally get out of the house. There's nothing left for you here after all. Maybe this will finally make you get off your lazy backside and find a job for yourself.
I can't believe that you've done that. I had special things in my room, gifts from my parents and old friends, and you've just gone and thrown them all away? I'll never see those things again.
Boo-hoo. Maybe it'll teach you for being such a lazy freeloader.
Right. That's it. I didn't want to do this, but you forced me.
Oh, I'm so scared. What are you going to do? Cry?
No, but you will.
Huh? Hey, Elliot, why are all of my things on the sidewalk? Are you trying to get back at me for what I did? Grow up, will you?
No, I'm not that callous. Your stuff's on the sidewalk because I've evicted you from my house.
What?
Oh, didn't you know? I own this house.
No, you don't. Kendrick does.
Nope. I own this house and I bought it with the money I made from my job as an animator.
But that's not a real job.
You know the new children's film? The one that's popular in cinemas?
Yeah, my niece has seen it loads of times.
Yeah, I was the head animator on it.
What?
Yeah, you can just check the credits if you don't believe me.
But that would mean you actually earn quite a lot of money.
Yeah, I do. In fact, I earn so much money from my job that I was gonna give you and Kendrick the house as a late wedding present. I just been renovating a flat in the city for myself, which is why I've been staying in the house with you. I've been paying the mortgage and all the bills so that Kendrick could save up for any potential children you two had. Now, I wanted to support him as best I could, and I didn't mind paying the mortgage and stuff whilst I was living with you. Of course, Kendrick would have taken over since I moved out, but by that point, he would have had quite a sizable chunk of money saved for the baby. But seeing how you've treated me, I seriously can't think of a reason why I should just give you a house. So I kicked you out instead.
But you can't do that.
As the owner, yeah, I can.
Kendrick won't let you.
Kendrick already agreed with me that after how you acted, this was for the best. He was disgusted after he found out what you'd done. I think he was even looking into divorce lawyers.
Divorce lawyers? But why?
Well, if you can act like such a spoiled brat to your brother-in-law, then I'd hate to imagine how you treat my brother if he ever did something to annoy you.
That's not...
I tried to tell you that I had a job and that you shouldn't act rashly, but you simply didn't listen to me. I guess spoiled brats deserve to be shown the consequences of their actions.
No, wait, please. I'm sorry. This was just a huge misunderstanding. Let's just forget all about it and go back to normal, okay?
No thanks. With you gone, I'm actually able to relax and stuff whilst not worrying whether you're gonna storm in and cause a huge fuss. It's nice not having to live with a 20-something-year-old toddler.
But what am I supposed to do?
I suggest you start with getting a job. You might need one now. He couldn't believe how spiteful and petty his wife could actually be, and he didn't want to live with someone like that. I don't blame him. I still gave the house to Kendrick, as it was always supposed to go to him, and I moved into my flat in the city. With the money that Kendrick had saved up from not having to pay rent, he decided to spoil himself for a change and do a bit of traveling. Last I heard, he was enjoying a lovely time in Spain, and had even met someone who he had taken quite a liking to. As for Liz, well, she had to get a job at the local supermarket, and she lives in a rundown apartment. Maybe now she'll finally learn some humility and empathy for those around her, though I wouldn't be holding my breath.
Hey, Dad. I know that you've been busy lately with your company, but have you had a chance to look over my business proposal? I put a lot of effort into it, and I would love your input. I want to make sure that it will impress the people I need to show it to. I've got a meeting in a couple of months with a pretty important person, and I really think that this could be my big break. I just need to make sure that my business plan is as impressive as it can possibly be. Dad?
Corinna, what is it? I'm busy at the minute.
Oh, I just wondered if you had seen my business plan?
No, I've not been able to look it over. I've had too much on my plate to read a nonsense proposal. I really wish you wouldn't waste my time with these silly little ideas of yours. Don't you know that I'm trying to train your brother so that he can take over my company eventually? I really need to focus on making sure he knows what he's doing.
Hang on. You're telling me that you don't have half an hour to read my business plan? One that I know is a good idea and that will really take off? But you have time to teach Les, who is one of the laziest and most incompetent people I know, how to run a company?
Yes? Look, he may be lazy, but that's why I've got to whip him into shape. I don't have time to humor your silly ideas. You're an adult now, Corinna, and you need to start acting like one. You need to forget all about these ridiculous plans and business ideas of yours. They'll never work. Just get a real job, get your head out of the clouds, and start living in reality. I think the shop down the road is hiring. Why not apply there? And you can save up a bit and maybe actually go to college, like you'd originally planned before this stupid business plan popped into your head.
Wow, thanks for the support, Dad. No, really, it's too much. And for your information, my idea isn't stupid. It'll be a massive hit, I know it. And as for college, you know I don't want to go there. All it'll do is put me thousands of dollars in debt. And for what? A piece of paper? I've already got a business plan. I've researched and worked hard to make it a viable idea. I just need some help in making sure I've got the presentation right. I'd think, as my dad, you'd want to help me out a bit. Clearly, I was wrong.
I do want to help you, Corinna, but I want you to be realistic. Do you know how many people think they have the next great idea, spend all of their time, effort, and money on it only for it to fail, and they have nothing left to show for it? I don't want you to be one of those people.
But I won't be, Dad. My idea's good. I know it is.
That's what everyone thinks. It's best if you just forget about it now before you make a fool of yourself and move on to something more suitable. Maybe you could study to become a nurse or something? Something that pays well so you won't have to worry about money in the future.
And I'm guessing Les will simply be given money by you, since he's your favorite and all.
Helping him find his footing. He's a late bloomer and needs a bit of help and support so that he'll be able to take over the company. I want to make sure that it's left in good hands.
Well, it's definitely not in good hands with Les. He'll have bankrupted it within a year once he has it, I bet.
That's not a very nice thing to say about your brother, Corinna. He's trying his hardest. Maybe if you put a bit of effort into something, then you'd understand what it was like.
Are you kidding me? I have put effort into something. I've put effort into my business plan. I've done all of the necessary research. I've looked into possible competitors and done market research into how my idea would work and how people would use it. How much it would be to make within the first year. Budgets and profit margins. I've done it all. You'd know this if you even bothered to skim over the draft proposal I sent to you.
You might have done all that, but there's no telling if you've done it right. You could have just wasted tons of your time and hard work on something that won't work at all.
That's why I'd like you to look it over. You know what? Forget it. You clearly don't care what I do or how hard I work. Nothing I do will ever be good enough for you. All you're bothered about is helping Les because he's your son. Fine then. If that's how you want to be, then I won't bother you anymore with my silly business plan. I'll make sure to not involve you in it at all.
Now you're just being overdramatic. Although, I will thank you for keeping me out of your ideas from now on. I'm a very busy man and I don't want to have to keep having these conversations with you about trivial matters.
Uh-huh. I'll have someone else look over it. Someone who actually cares about what I do and believes in me. Because that's clearly not you.
Look, we can finish talking about this later, Corinna. For now, I need to get back to helping your brother. Goodbye.
Yeah, whatever.
Little sister, Dad just told me that you and him got into an argument because you think you've actually got a good business idea? How pathetic. Are you really that desperate for Dad's attention that you'd create a totally rubbish idea just to have him look at it? Only real losers would do something like that.
Get lost, Les. If anyone's a loser here, it's you. I mean, how many times did you have to repeat a grade in high school just so you could graduate? Not to mention that you were kicked out of college as well for not showing up to your lessons. And yet you call me the failure.
Shut up. The teachers in high school were purposefully holding me back because they were jealous of me. And I didn't need college because I'm taking over the family business, so it was their loss. Because when I become rich now, they're not going to be getting any donations from me.
Don't make me laugh. You're not going to become rich. All you're doing is riding on Dad's coattails. He's the one who built the company up. You have absolutely no clue how to run a business.
Oh, and you do you? From what Dad was telling me, you don't know anything. All you got is a silly little idea that no one will actually want to use, and no clue how to market it. It's no wonder why I'm Dad's favorite. At least I don't embarrass him with made-up stuff.
Yeah, all you do is show up late for work, if you bother to show up at all, that is. You also lounge around all day, doing nothing and making Dad look like a complete fool as he tries to teach you how to run a company for when he retires. You do know that none of the other workers respect you, right? You make their lives more difficult than they need to be with all of your stupid micromanaging and ridiculous demands.
What would you know of it? You don't know how to run a business. If you did, Dad wouldn't have brushed you off so easily. He would have actually given your idea a chance.
The fact that he didn't just shows that he knows you're a failure and that you won't amount to anything.
It's funny. You and Dad seem so certain that I'm just a clueless little girl, and yet neither one of you have even read my proposal. Is it that it's too complicated for your little brain and that you don't understand any of it?
I'm not an idiot.
Could have fooled me.
Whatever. No matter what you do, you'll always be a failure in Dad's eyes. He knows that all you're good for is a normal job, serving people at a checkout. I mean, he hasn't even offered to train you in his company. What does that say, huh?
It doesn't matter. I don't need his approval to know that I've done a good job. I'm not going to stop working on my idea simply because Dad said so.
Just face it, it's not a good idea and it'll never amount to anything. You want to know why?
Why?
Because you're a girl. It's well known that girls aren't good at business. Why do you think there's hardly any women CEOs? Because girls don't know what they're doing in terms of making deals and building a good company. They probably just spent all the money on shoes or something.
That's so sexist and so wrong on so many levels. I don't even know where to start in correcting you. Although, it'd probably all go in one ear and out the other even if I tried.
You can be as moody as you want about this, but you know it's true. That's why Dad's training me to take over the business, and not you. He feels exactly the same way about women working in business. The best place for you is at the reception, looking pretty.
Les, you really need to shut up. Like, now.
I'm just telling the truth. You'll just have to deal with it.
Well, we'll just see about that.
So, you've had your meeting? Time to pack it in now, yeah? I can only imagine they let you down easily, but it's time to get into the real world, okay?
Oh no, I think I'll stay as I am. Thanks, Dad.
Corinna, I'm just trying to look out for you as your dad. You need to get a real job, now. I know you're probably upset because your meeting went bad, but it's time to let that idea go.
My meeting didn't go bad. In fact, it went fantastically.
Huh?
Yeah, things are really looking up for me.
They are.
Yeah, the other company's bosses really love my idea. They were sold on it almost straight away. They've invested a hefty sum to help me get it up and running. A few $100,000.
100,000?
Yeah, I know. My reaction was pretty much exactly the same, but that's how certain they are that my idea is going to generate a lot of money.
Well, maybe I could help you out. We could split the work and everything and share the profits. Being the more senior worker, I'd have more of the profits, obviously. We could make a 70-30 split. I think it would be a great partnership.
Wow. I mean, really, you're just unbelievable.
Huh? What do you mean?
I mean, you couldn't be bothered at all when I first gave you my proposal. You couldn't even be bothered to skim over it to see what it was actually about. And now, after I've done all the hard work and secured a massive investment, you want to jump in and even try and take over my profits? I really don't think so.
But I'm your dad. We're family. We should help each other out.
Yeah, we should, but you couldn't be bothered to help me when I needed it, so you don't get to share in the success after I've managed to do everything.
You're being selfish.
Nope, I'm being realistic. You were the selfish one when you didn't help me simply because I'm a girl. You thought that I would fail in my endeavor, and so you didn't even try to help me. Instead, you focused all your attention on Les. Well, now you've got to stick to your plan because I don't want your help anymore.
You silly girl, if I don't help you, you're just gonna fail.
No, I won't actually. I've made it this far, and I know I'm smart enough and skilled enough to go even further. I don't need you involved in my business anymore. You had your chance, and you blew it.
But I didn't know it would be so successful.
That's your problem. Now, if you don't mind, I've got a lot of work to do to get my business underway.
Hang on. Wait a minute, Corinna. We can work this out so that we can work together. I'll even make it a 60-40 split.
How about a 0-100 split? The profits are mine. Now please, stop embarrassing yourself. I'm not going to hire you when you so easily brush me off. It just shows that you wouldn't listen to me on decisions, and I'm not going to let that happen.
But I know better about businesses.
Is that why yours is failing?
How do you know that?
Les has quite a big mouth.
Well, it's just a little slump. It'll pick back up again.
Well, maybe you should work on that. I've got my own business to worry about now. Sorry, Dad, but you didn't believe in me, so you don't get to jump in when I start doing well. Good luck with your own business. My business ended up really taking off. I was able to pay the investment back within my first couple of years, and I have made a lot of money in profits. My company continues to grow, and I can't wait to see where things will go in the future. As for my dad, his company began to really struggle. In the end, he figured out that Les had been stealing money and spending it on ridiculous things, like watches and clothes. Dad ended up firing Les, and he has him on a plan to pay back everything he took. Since doing that, my dad's business has slowly begun to pick back up again, but it will take a while to be as successful as it was. It just goes to show that you really never should judge a book by its cover. Just because I was a woman, my dad thought I would fail, but by believing in myself and working hard, I was able to prove him wrong and pursue my dreams.